Hello, my name is StacyWilbon. Today I'm going to demonstrate VMware ESX server that I have set up in a virtual environment. First, to connect to your ESX server, you need to initiate the VMware infrastructure client. Here I'm going to use my root username and password, and it'll take a few seconds to log into my ESX server. As you can see, if you look to the left, you'll see it says ESI3.localdomain. That's the name that I use to set up my ESI server. The ESI server is responsible for managing virtual machines. I'm going to click here to show you the current virtual machines that I have installed on my ESI VMware server. I have Vista Business, 2008 server, and 2003 server, and SUSE Linux. Let's take a look at the SUSE Linux. To take a look at a virtual machine in ESI, you would need to select it, as I have, and then click on console, and then it'll bring it up. As you can see, I have already logged into this one. Now let's take a look at 2008 server. As you can see, I need to log in. To log into a virtual machine on ESI VMware server, just go up to let me get out of here first. Go to Inventory, Virtual Machine, and then send the Control-Alt-Delete command. And there we go. We logged into now 2008 server. I want to demonstrate Ghost Console 11 imaging server. I have it installed here on my 2008 server. For demonstration purposes, I have skipped some of the steps because I just didn't want to have to go through all of it. But here I have set up a task to image this virtual client that's here on my ES server, which is the Vista Business client that you see here. I'm going to initiate this image here, and then I'm going to allow you to be able to see it. Let me go back to my 2008 server and back to Ghost Console, and I'm going to go ahead and just initiate this task. It says that I have successfully started my task. Let's go look at the Vista client and see it running. As you can see, Semantic has already started. Let me let this down so you can see it better. If we wait a few seconds, we're going to actually see the imaging process progressing, and we'll be able to see how fast and how good the Ghost Console server works inside of VMware ESI. While we're waiting on this client right here to initiate, let's go to 2003 server, and I'm going to show you where I have it sending this image to. I have mapped a location on the network to send my image. The image is located on my test network on a FireWire drive on another host. Always try to put your images on another host, map to another host on the network, and store your images on a separate storage container so that you can protect your images. Let's go back to the Vista Business client and see whether or not Ghost has initiated its imaging. Alright, the task is in progress. It should begin the process of imaging now. Let's take a look at it. Should be coming up in the next few minutes. Maybe a minute. Be patient. One of the things I want to say about Ghost is that Ghost 11 has made tremendous improvements over the previous version, which was Ghost 8, which works very good. But Ghost 11 is a lot more efficient. It has a lot more support for Vista Business as well as Windows 7 Professional. I highly recommend it. It works fine. Another imaging software you can use is Arteris. It's very good as well. I have used it as well, but what I like best is Ghost Console 11. It works very good. It's very fast, and as you can see, it's starting the process of imaging now. It's rebooting the virtual machine, and it should run through a few series of commands, start the ping process to make sure it's imaging the proper client, and it should take the image, and the image is pretty fast. Just take a look. As you can see, it's initializing now, and it's beginning the imaging process. While we're waiting on this to finish, let's take a look at 2003 server. As you can see, to log in, go to inventory, virtual machine, and send the control alt delete command. This is a domain controller as well that I set up in ESI VMware server. Hadn't activated it yet, but it works fine. Alright, let's go back and look at the Vista Business client that's being imaged. Alright, still hadn't changed yet. Well, while we're waiting on that, let's take a look at the VMware server itself. As you can see, it has several tabs at the top, and at the top it also gives you a summary of your VMware server, CPU, memory, etc. And you can look at the performance logs as well, and you can look at the configurations, and you can look at, this is where you set up permissions, and you can look at the different events. This right here basically acts just like event viewer on Microsoft server. And you can also look at the storage that you have set up for the VMware ESI server for managing your storing your virtual machines. I had a previous setup that I had set up that had more than one data store. This one that I set up basically is for testing purposes, and it just basically has one data store. Let's go back and look at the Vista Business client and see how its imaging process is going. And as you can see, Ghost Server has initialized this virtual client within VMware ESI server, and it's now imaging it, and it's sending it to the map drive on another host on the network. I hope you learned something today, and it was my pleasure in sharing this with you. Have a good day.